Okay, it says the functions f and g are differentiable. That's one of those clues that sometimes is critical, often not really needed, so just make a note of it, keep going. F of g of x is equal to x. I don't know what really that means. Give me some more data here. F of 3 is 8. F prime of 3 is 9. What are the values of g of 8 and g prime of 8? Okay, straight up honest, first time I read this problem, my reaction was, yeah, I gotta know what to do. No clues. Like it just doesn't have any pattern or any concept that is jumping out at me from anything I've ever done. So at that moment, I would immediately move on and go do something else. Try to remember this image. How many of you have, you're all young, how many of you remember when you were small, or you remember watching smaller children participate in an Easter egg hunt? How many have seen this event? Yeah, okay. Tell me if I'm wrong. You line up a bunch of little kids, and you put eggs out in front of them, put a bunch on the line, you put a few over here in the bushes, one up in the little tree, and here, there, and everywhere, right? When you say go, no little kid ever runs into the bushes looking for the hidden eggs. They go grab all the ones that are like right in front of them first. Alex is nodding, and okay. You got to do the same thing on the AP test. You got to look at a problem and say, oh, there's an egg right there, just grab it, go. You have to look at this one and say, I don't know what to do, turn the page. Like you have to get the easy problems done first, then the medium, then the hard. This one to me is hard because I'm not generating any ideas. So I don't want to work on it. Medium is I look at it and go, yeah, I think I know what to do, but I'm pretty sure it's going to take a few steps. That's medium. Easy is you look at it and go, yeah, I know exactly what to do, just do it. Okay? Question. So anyway, so the assumption is you've gone through, you've done all the easy ones, you've done the medium, still got time, might as well try and get a point. So, let's see. I don't know. Something that sometimes I think of is, if I can't think of what else to do, take a derivative, see if it helps. So, I've done this before, but I honestly don't remember how to do it. So I'm going to take the derivative of both sides of this equation. The left side will require the chain rule, so I'm going to get f prime of g multiplied by g prime of x. The derivative of x would be just 1. Questions? As I look at it, I suddenly see something else. I don't know how that helps, but I see something else that might help. I notice that because f of g is equal to x, that means whatever x I pick, that's the same x that shows up over here. Like if I were to say f of g, and I'm going to pick an x that they're using, like maybe 3, or wait a minute, well, let's try 3. If I put a 3 here, this has to be a 3. If I were to put an 8 there, this has to be an 8. If it looks like I'm stumbling around in the dark, it's because I am. Like, there's no straightforward method to this problem. It's not you won't see that this is a very clever invention. The whole purpose is to get you stuck on it, to get you like so involved in solving this that you leave all those easy to gain points just left unanswered. So don't ever work on something like this until you've got everything else done. Question? Okay, cool. Next thing I notice is, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. These two connect. These two ideas go together. I just learned something from this one here, these two. Who can see what I just learned? Here we go. Let's go, Maggie. I just learned that g of 8 has to be 3. But I didn't do it by methodically solving the problem. I just stumbled around in the dark for a while. And finally I'm like, oh, I see the connection. How many saw it? 0.2 for Maggie. Questions? So that gets me part of it. G of 8 is 3, so I'm down to at least 3 possibilities. Next thing I would do is rearrange this. So G prime is equal to 1 divided by f prime of G, which means G prime of 8 must equal 1 all over f prime of G of 8. Questions to there? Well, think with me, what would I do next? Hands up. There we go. What comes next? Sadie?
So G of 8 would equal 3, so we find f prime 3.
There we go. So G prime of 8 is going to be the same thing as 1 all over f prime of 3, because we already figured out that G of 8 is 3. How many saw that? 2 points for Sadie, 1 for the rest. And of course they tell me up here that f prime of 3 is 9, so I did solve the problem. AP problems are sometimes nothing more than a puzzle. I would call that one of the most difficult AP puzzles I've ever seen. Of all the, I don't know, about 500 multiple choice test problems I've studied over the years, that's one of the hardest. So.
It seems like a great candidate to just circle one and move on.
Definitely save it until you've done everything else. When you just have it, when you haven't used up all the time, then do what you can, you know. Cool. Stop the video.